Coming off of the biggest party of the summer. One night off of the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. Welcome to your Monday Night Raw review. And we're going to get into this Monday Night Raw review. If you watched my SummerSlam review, I was, somewhat speechless. Somewhat. I'm not tonight. I'm not. WWE is going to the extreme to get Roman Reigns over. I mean, to the extreme. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, enough's enough. You know, at one point, at one hand, it's like the nightmare's over. He has the championship. Let's move on, see who his next contender is, and get ready to see who eventually is going to take that strap away from him in the future. Right? And on the other hand, you see a show like this, where not only have they put the Universal Championship on Roman Reigns the night before, they have him in almost every single segment of the show. He is brought up in almost every single segment of the show, it seemed like. Undertaker and Triple H was talked about. What happened? Roman Reigns was tied right into the situation. You know, Roman Reigns, a fighting champion. How is he a fighting champion? He just got the title. We have not had one championship title defense yet. And WWE had already proclaimed that he was a fighting champion. Tell me the sense that this makes. Even to the people that say the WWE fans are not the story writers, the WWE fans are not allowed to make their opinions. Tell me how much sense that makes. None. You fans even should say that makes zero sense. Unbelievable. WWE tonight used Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, do I need to name any more for you? All to try to help build up Roman Reigns. Trying to get Roman Reigns over. They used Kevin Dunn turning down the volume in the truck when the entrance was played. Because there's no doubt in my mind that the Barclays Center was eating Roman Reigns alive when he came out. It was much louder than that. There's no doubt in my mind. Let's look at this first. I already stated WWE saying he's a fighting champion before he had even defended the title. How much sense does that make? That's number one. Number two, comes out and states he's going to defend the championship. He's going to be a defending champion, and he's going to defend it against Finn Balor. WWE Universe's, I hate to say it, a golden boy, somebody that we all like, Finn Balor. Somebody that we all think deserves his title shot. The first one he's going to defend it against. Let's be honest here. Okay, wrestling fans? No matter how good or bad that match was going to end up, Finn Balor was not going to win. Finn Balor was simply there to have Roman Reigns look good because he was getting his title defense. So the fans could give him one of those. That's it. Then you have Baron Corbin come out and you have him say, whoa, you are not having this contest tonight. I was not ready for the demon. I was ready for the regular man, Finn Balor. I want the match of us tonight. So he's trying to cancel it. So you are trying to put Roman Reigns over even more and make him even more good, cheering Roman Reigns and making more heat on Baron Corbin by canceling the match. How much more extreme do you have to go, WWE? And there will be somebody, I know, there will be somebody that will tell me, just enjoy the show. Why do you have to rant? Why are you griping, moaning, complaining about the show? When the first thing that they give us is this. This is the first thing they give us. It does, I admit, give us something to look forward to. A Universal Championship title match. But you clearly see the underlining of all of this. And if you don't, I don't know what you've been watching for the past 4 years. It's like, give me a break. You've given the title on him. Stop with the Roman huge initiative. Okay, so Kurt Angle makes the match. Whatever. Move on to the main event. For what we've got to see of the main event, it was a good contest. Right? It was a good match. I mean, they took a ton of commercial breaks in it, but it was a good contest. Finn Balor, for the most part, had to fight back into it because Roman Reigns had the majority of the match offense. Braun Strowman comes out. Very end of it. He said he was going to cash in, and they were going to get these hands, right? Wrestling fans, WWE going back to the well. Going back to the well again. Going back to the deepest beginnings that they can get. And that is the Shield. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The absolutely only thing that will give Roman Reigns an actual pop. But you know what? When they are gone, sayonara, sucker. Roman Reigns is going to get booed. The last time this happened, what do you think happened? Reigns got booed. WWE, it didn't work then and it's not going to work now. Roman Reigns is a failed experiment. Stop shoving this huge initiative down our throat. Just stop. Stop already. I'm done. Can't talk about this garbage anymore. Braun Strowman eventually is going to be the one that takes that title away from Roman Reigns. No question in my mind. There's no question. Tonight was a perfect indication. He's just going to have to overcome, possibly, if they build the storyline up enough, the entire Shield. But we'll see about that. But y'all let me know what you're thinking about that in the comments below. As far as the rest of the show, the only thing that's really, the biggest thing that's really worth talking about was actually good. I know I just ranted for 12 and a half minutes, but the rest of the show, the biggest part, the biggest thing that they wanted us to really gravitate to was actually good. And that was what they were building towards for the Super Show in October. Yes, it is a rivalry that we've seen time and time and time and time and time again. But The Undertaker and Triple H in October at that huge Super Show. Triple H comes out, he cuts a promo about the weekend, SummerSlam weekend, about NXT Brooklyn, and about SummerSlam, things of that nature. And then he cuts a promo about The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and himself, and about how his era was special. Things like that. And you know, quite frankly, I most of the time would come on here and just cringe all over Triple H's promos and things of that nature. Anything he's in, most of the time, anybody that knows me, I'm not a Triple H fan. But he made a lot of good points tonight, and I actually enjoyed his promo and how he built up this matchup in October. And he is right. That era, majority of the people that watch wrestling today, as far as a hardcore fan base, look, you have to be from that group that era of wrestling. I know I grew up during the 90s. I was a child during the 90s. And Triple H's, Undertaker, Michaels, Kane's, all of them. I was a huge WWF fan. That era, and all the way through the 2000s, all the way up till now, I have been stuck on WWF/E, whatever you want to call it. So he's right. That era was special. It'll never be revisited. But as far as the match is concerned, it's one that we're just going to have to enjoy. I'm sure a lot of fans have a couple different opinions on it. Some probably look at it as, look, this Undertaker Triple H contest, end of an era match at WrestleMania 28, probably should have been the last one they wrestled. Because, number one, Undertaker's matches, and I think everybody's in agreement with this, have not been as special since that contest. Inside the squared circle or the build to their match. Him and who he's with. I mean, they just haven't. Brock Lesnar's, CM Punk's, I mean, Bray Wyatt. I mean, it's just not the speciality of Undertaker's match and rivalry past WrestleMania 28 has not been as good. They just haven't. Triple H's could really say a lot of the same. I mean, you really could. He did have some good rivalries with Brock Lesnar. I will say that, things like that. But he has taken a lower level, just like Undertaker has. And they have been short, quick to the point, nothing else. And I agree with Triple H when he made those statements that they probably should have just hung up their boots and called it a day. Undertaker should have went in the Hall of Fame, and Triple H should have just continued doing what he's doing now. But we all know that did not happen. But anyway, in October, this is going to be a match, and I'll just sit back and enjoy at that huge super show. And other than that, there's nothing on this show that warrants really talking about, really caring about, really getting invested in, really of having any real substance about. There's not. B team in the Revival. Revival beats the B team in singles competition. Okay, whatever. It means that the Revival is going to get tag team championship opportunity. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, Ronda Rousey. She has this big, huge celebration for being a women's champion. And it was pretty much taken over by Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie, I don't care what anybody says, didn't need to be there. She just didn't. She didn't need to be in the segment. Don't care what anybody says. Some people might like seeing Stephanie on TV. Honestly, I think Ronda Rousey could have had her celebration. And Alexa Bliss could have came out and said some things. built up to a match at Hell in a Cell, continued the rivalry because Alexa Bliss gets a rematch clause, and there you go for Hell in a Cell and for the celebration. Instead, we get Stephanie McMahon entering the ring, and Stephanie getting the spotlight by having her arm in an armbar by Ronda Rousey. Who cares? Oh yeah, Kurt Hawkins is suffering another loss tonight by Elias. Nice job, WWE. Another useless segment for Elias. If we, and when I say we, I mean all the WWE universe that enjoys Elias's gimmick, have said it to you. Once, we'll say it again. Elias deserves a championship. Elias deserves a mid-card title. Give it to him. Put him in that type of situation. He deserves it. AOP versus Titus worldwide? Who cares? Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. Okay, this is something that we can sink our teeth into a little bit. Dean Ambrose, first time on Monday Night Raw in a wrestling capacity in 9 months. It wasn't a big, huge, fast, huge pace like he used to be in quite yet, but do we expect that when he first come back? No. He was in the right. He was with the right opponent in Dolph Ziggler because Dolph Ziggler would be the right match with that. So because Dolph Ziggler can work, slow pace and a fast pace match. So I think he was with the right opponent for that. But it was a good contest. It continues the rivalry, and we'll see what goes from here. But Dean Ambrose, I still say he looks the part. His face is showing the part. Turn him heel soon. We are all seeing it, and we will all enjoy that. Bayley, Sasha, and Ember Moon takes on the Riot Squad. This is a snooze fest. I'm tired of seeing this rivalry. And Bobby Lashley versus Baron Corbin, Constable Corbin. Whatever. I don't care. Oh, yeah, and one more thing. To end this Monday Night Raw review, Constable Corbin, the acting general manager of Monday Night Raw, the acting general manager of Monday Night Raw. Kurt Angle going on vacation. That's what the storyline is. Stephanie thinks he needs to go on vacation. Which just means they're going to even more links to get Roman Reigns over because Constable Corbin will stack the deck on Roman Reigns to the point where he has to overcome all the odds to retain his championship or to just survive rivalries, whether he has the title or not. But whatever the case, I'm getting out of here. I'm done with this Monday Night Raw review. I'm done with thinking about Monday Night Raw this week because, quite frankly, we still got 2 more hours of wrestling this week on USA. And if you're an NXT person, you got another hour of wrestling after that, possibly 2 more hours if you watch 2:05 live. So I'm getting out of here. And as far as Monday Night Raw tonight, it's a forgettable show. But until I see you again for our SmackDown Live review, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.